Durut salam, как вы поживаете? Мне очень хорошо, ну хорошо. All right, on my way to go and play some sambo. It's sambo day today. Let's talk a little bit about old Khamzat Chimaev. How would Khamzat Chimaev do against Colby Covington and Kamaru Usman based on what we just saw? And I would have to say pretty well. So let me start this off by what are the knocks on Chimaev? What are the wrinkles in the armor? Okay. So the first thing is we've never seen Chimaev be defensive. We've never seen him on the ropes. So we don't know what that's like. What we do know is he's by far the strongest guy in the division physically. He is probably the esoteric nature of martial arts, the eternal riddle of martial arts is how to be completely aware, how to have your body at its peak physical exertion while maintaining a very meditative and relaxed state. How to be relaxed while fighting that is more relaxed than you are when you're relaxed. How to be completely calm and centered without fear emotionally and mentally engaged without overthinking, without being intellectually consumed. How to process the fight without having to think about it. Right? Because intellect, the mechanics of thinking through things, creates a tiny bit of friction and a tiny bit of anxiety. So you can't do that. How do you do that? You train. You train. You maintain a high level of stamina by always being a little bit tired, but always having extra in the tank. You want the well you want to draw from the well and have it constantly being refilled to the point where you have to draw out so much. Right? If I'm not losing you with the analogies. So Chimaev does all of that as good or better than I've seen anybody do that. He's dancing, he's ready, he's psyching himself up, but he's not angry. Before a fight, he's getting loose, he's feeling powerful, he's drawing from the well. And he's also creating a system internally where the well has to be continuously overflowing. Gives him power, gives him strength, gives him speed, gives him agility. But his submission game isn't really that great. But he smokes black belts all the time in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Because they've never dealt with anything that came at them that smooth, that fast. He would have been the Soviet Union's top 1, 2, or 3 wrestlers. And he would have been either number 1 or number 2 with Abdul Rashid Sadullayev. He would have been number 1 or number 2 or number 3 with Karelin. He would have been that type of elite wrestler. Now, whether he was number 1 on the Soviet team depth chart or he was number 5 on the Soviet depth chart, it doesn't matter. Don't get lost in the analogy. Just know that that's the level of wrestling that he brings. And even if his technique isn't pure, it doesn't matter. He's so natural. He's so fluid. He lifts up and grabs people. They can't stop him. Zhang Liang is a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He is also a masterful striker. Couldn't stop him. And he got choked out. There we go. There we go. Mobile Studio still has some problems. But he got choked out with day 1 Mata de Leo. The choke they teach you how to escape from your first day in jiu-jitsu. He got choked out with that. Khamzat missed the first one. Missed it. Had to go to the second one. And still choked out a black belt with a day one choke. No underhook. He didn't have an underhook. He had leg hooks. He just flattened him out, and it was just strength and power. Complete relax. Like, his face was all worried. He didn't know if he was going to get it, and he was still relaxed and calm. So what does that tell you? It tells you that he doesn't have a great submission package. His side control is to be desired. There's no crushing component to it. And the only reason why you would have knees in for side control is if you're going for subs. And he misses all kinds of subs. He's got Ude Garami for days, misses it. He's got Juji Gatami. If he would just learn how to do this type of Juji Gatami, he's got it for days. He misses them. He misses them. But he's feeding massive strikes that only go 6-8 inches and create so much kinetic energy. It's punishing people. So Kamaru Usman, who now thinks he can box, who is so delusional because he's been on the top so long, and he's easily handing everybody that's coming to him their asses, and he's beating up the same guys. And Kamaru Usman is a very smart guy. So once he's gone with the guy a couple of times, once or twice, he's always ahead of him. Knows how to beat him, knows how to set traps. He feels guys out really quickly. He feels them out in the first round. By the time it's the second or third round, he's really just playing his game. He's toying with guys. Okay, awesome. So what is Khamzat gonna do? He's gonna wrap him by the waist, take him down, and in 16 seconds, Kamaru Usman's gonna do something that they're not familiar with. Now, whether or not Kamaru Usman could slip him, whether or not Kamaru Usman could punch him, I don't know. I don't know yet. I haven't studied it that much. I haven't meditated on it, man. I don't know. Right now, off the top of my dome, seeing what he did with Colby Covington, I'm like, yeah, Khamzat's gonna go in there, take him down, and feed him strikes on a level that he's not used to. And Kamaru Usman's just got to be as slippery as possible. There's a little bit of Volkanovski in Kamaru Usman as far as being slippery and being strong, where a lot of people aren't strong, right? But if you're telling me that Kamaru Usman is stronger than Khamzat Chimaev, I don't think so. I just don't fucking believe you. I don't believe it. I don't believe that Kamaru Usman is so slippery that he can get away from Khamzat Chimaev having him by the waist. Whether he takes him down with a wrestling shot, whether he picks him up like he's been doing to everybody, walks him over to the corner or wherever he wants to put him, slams him down, and feeds him shots until he's got some sort of submission, or he knocks him out. Whatever, I don't know. What I do know is Colby Covington wants to raise the pace, and he couldn't do it with Kamaru Usman and be successful, and he can't do it with Khamzat Chimaev. And Colby Covington has never faced anything like Khamzat Chimaev. And if Colby Covington goes in there with his arrogant, flagrant attitude, Khamzat Chimaev is going to teach him a lesson. He's going to teach him a lesson. Okay, so why can't Kamaru Usman box with Canelo Alvarez, right? Why not? Because Canelo Alvarez is swinging everything he's got into one shot, not worried about kicks, not worried about shots, not worried about takedowns of any kind. And Kamaru Usman's got a slippery... But the range is different in boxing, because in MMA, there's kicks and there's takedowns. So if Kamaru Usman thinks he's going to slip in and slip out the way he's been slipping in and slipping out at his division with Canelo Alvarez, he's going to get knocked out bad from a punch that he can't see. Now, if we take that over to Khamzat Chimaev has an invisible uppercut. The way you defeat Khamzat Chimaev is you have to take him down first in the middle of the ring and turn it into a battle of pins. You got to get him on his back. The guy is a natural, smooth, fluid wrestler. You have to get him on his back, and you have to go into high mount. So you need a series of fake subs or subs in order to climb up him. He's got to be thinking about getting out of subs. That's the only way to beat somebody like Khamzat Chimaev. That's the only way to beat somebody like Islam Makhachev and the upper level Caucasus Mountain guys. All the Caucasus Mountain guys, if you let them do anything other than fight out of a pin or a sub, they're going to make you fight out of a pin or a sub. And if you want to sit and trade hands with them, don't do it. Don't do it. They all have iron jaws. And it's not because the training there is better. It's because by the time you get to go into the training there, you've proven that you're naturally able to take the abuse. So, if you're telling me that Colby Covington and Kamaru Usman, because they have extensive history with Jorge Masvidal, Kamaru Usman's just beating up the same guys. He's beating up the same guys. We don't know who he really is until he fights someone new. All that we know is that he can handily, easily beat up the division. And that's when Colby Covington gets robbed a little. So he didn't even spank Colby Covington to the level that people are saying that he spanked him. And if Colby Covington was any better at takedowns, he would have messed up Kamaru Usman. So what that tells me is that Kamaru Usman is going to run. Colby Covington's used to people running away from him or trying to slip him. Khamzat Chimaev's not going to do that. He's going to run up to him and either take him down, throw him over his shoulder, or hit him with an invisible right, or it's not the same. Kamaru Usman's not used to people being as agile, as quick, as strong as he is. And Khamzat's every bit as big, strong, quick, and agile. Now, Kamaru Usman's the champ. I always give a little bit of credit to the champ, especially a champ that's defended his title so many times. But with that said, what I saw with my own eyes versus Colby Covington and Kamaru Usman is that neither one of them can play the game they played against Khamzat. It's not going to work as well. Maybe you could eke one out if you can last. Maybe you can get a decision. Maybe if you can make Khamzat do something he's not comfortable with. Because in the UFC, we haven't seen anybody put up a fight. No one's been on his level. You start breaking into the top 5, top 10, you're starting to get people on the level. You're starting to get smart fighters that know how to deal with stuff. But if you're telling me that Colby Covington is so much better than Zhang Liang, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, yeah, he's better. He's masterful at side control. But if he can't get side control, his game kind of loses something in the top 3 or 4, top 5 kind of guys. And I think Khamzat is easily in the top 5. You know, you take the 10 best in the division, he fits. He definitely fits. So, what's Covington going to be able to do against Khamzat? Has to get him on his back, has to get him in side control, has to have him fight out. How do you do that? You got to take him down. Okay, if you're going to take him down, then you're going to eat a couple of shots. But then, if it goes to race to take down, I just saw Covington not be able to take down Usman. What makes you think he's going to be able to take Khamzat Chimaev, a guy who would have been in the top 3 in the Soviet wrestling Olympic system? Anytime you put him in the 80s, he's in the top 3. You put him in the 90s, he's in the top 3. The 2010s, he's in the top 3. And right now, he'd probably be in the top 3. Probably. From what I've seen. Maybe I don't know how to, maybe I need to go and talk to some real wrestlers or something that see something I don't. But for what I'm seeing on the UFC is that when it comes to wrestling, Khamzat's easily better than a lot of the people that I've seen. And then if you think that, don't get it confused with the Abdulmanap Nurmagomedov Sambo system. Abdulmanap Nurmagomedov is a wrestling shot and then it's judo takedowns. Khamzat's not doing that, obviously. So then it's Kamaru Usman. Do you think Kamaru Usman's going to slip? He let Colby Covington hit him. If Colby Covington can hit him, then with Khamzat's reach, Khamzat's going to cross 4 feet faster than Colby Covington's going to cross 4 feet. Colby Covington's got to make sure that his feet are right or his shots won't land correctly. Khamzat can land everything at any angle with his feet anyway. He's just like Justin Gaethje. You take Justin Gaethje's striking package and you put it in a bigger, taller, not a better wrestler per se, but definitely better at shooting, with better natural wrestling, with better wrestling intangibles. Because Justin Gaethje is not doing wrestling. He was Division I, doesn't do wrestling in the UFC. Khamzat Chimaev was set to go to the Olympics for Chechnya. Didn't happen. And now he's shooting in on everybody. And if Colby Covington can grab the waist, Chimaev can grab the waist. And Chimaev is not going to let anybody get out of it. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Ankalaev could beat Chimaev because of the boxing. Probably. Maybe. I don't know. But that division. So come on, guys. Yes. Chimaev, his sub package, it's not great. It's not great. But you can't get away from him. He's too strong. He's too good. He is a man among boys at his division. I mean, again, you know, can Usman beat him? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know, but from what I saw, Chimaev is going to be a far more tough opponent than Colby Covington. From what I saw, Colby Covington plays a game. He's too little to play. Arms aren't long enough. And then he's got all that Colby Covington nonsense, pissing people off, talking all the slap, just trying to get people to run at him. Why? Because he's not long enough, he's not big enough to attack you. That's why he's got to push the pace. That's why he's got to have an iron jaw. Has to have an iron jaw. He's going to eat too many shots. That's the only way he can throw and land. We got to eat some. You do that against Chimaev, you're going to not be the same the rest of your life. You'll need surgery on your face. And if Kamaru Usman gets so arrogant and thinks he can box at an elite level, please try to box with Chimaev. Please. Because he will do MMA and he will take you down. And is he strong enough to put Kamaru Usman in a Ude Garami? Maybe, maybe not. You know, it's hard. It's hard to get an armbar, you know, when someone's really strong and really slippery. Especially if you go knees in. You'd want to go to a Monogatami or something like that and crush them and make them hypoxic. They need to be tired. They need to not have enough oxygen in their brain. He needs to soften guys up a little bit more. I mean, not with just strikes. I'm talking about with Keisagatami, with control, with Yoko Shiho, the way Colby Covington does. If Khamzat had Colby Covington's side control, this would be over. I would immediately just yawn. People would ask me, "Hey Henry, what do you think?" And I would yawn. And I would do the thing that I did with Habib. I'm like, it's inshallah, mashallah. I'm not even gonna look at the tape. It's Khamzat. So if we see him fight the next guy, whoever it is, I don't even know who was supposed to be the next guy. Khamzat. I don't know. You let me know in the comments and I'll look it up and make a video. But that's for y'all. This is just for my hardcore fans. Y'all, I know that y'all want to know this, so here you go. Khorda Hafez. May the protector be with you.